Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is James Caldwell with SpillItBoy.com, and this is Season 1, Episode 4 of Hollywood Divas. Okay, we're going to jump right in here. The first thing that we are actually dealing with is Paula actually goes, she has a meeting with a guy named Carl. He's basically the money. She's trying to get funding, basically, and backing for this film that they want to do. And she pitches it to him, and he gives her womp, womp, womp. 5 black witches? Ain't nobody ready for that, and ain't nobody looking for that. And everything he was saying was making total sense, you know what I mean? Charmed was fabulous. Charmed was a fabulous program, but again, it had white witches, and it worked. I don't know that the black audience really is ready for a whole program of black witches. And he brought up the whole thing, the whole Satanism and the demonic side of it and all of that, and the black church, and you know how ridiculous they can get, and that whole thing. So money-wise, I understood exactly where he was coming from, and Paula did too. I mean, I don't think she really appreciated it. She really doesn't like people telling her no, but she knew that the man knows about his dollars, and I was totally with it because, like, really, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's a thing. There's something that's actually scheduled to even come on this channel that's about some kind of, you know, scary stuff. Black people and scary stuff, maybe not. Anyway, so he gave her, girl, get on, honey, and come on back when you got something worth talking about. So she went on, took her ass on out of there. Countess actually went to a psychiatrist. So she's dealing with the psychiatrist. It was interesting. She does have an awful lot on her plate. She divulged that there was actually a cast member, which was an older person, that was on the set of 227 with her that did not care for her because she was black, ugly, and fat. Now, you remember on 227, Countess was just a little girl. She's about 9 or 10 years old. She's a little girl. And I'm saying an older person on the set, I hope it wasn't Pearl, the lady that played Pearl Shea, because she wasn't no motherfucking beauty. But, go ahead here. But who I would love to know who that was. She said it wasn't Marla Gibbs. She said Marla Gibbs was just fantastic. And she always took time to try to help her to build her self-confidence up and stuff. She gave kudos to Marla Gibbs, so that's good. I can't imagine Marla being like that. But that Pearl Shea, you know the lady that played Pearl Shea was a comedian. She was a mess. So I truly hope it wasn't her because she wasn't no motherfucking beauty like I said before. But anyway, some other things came out, you know, why she's so down on herself. She literally, when she was on the set of Moesha, she had an abortion that she gave to herself. So she wouldn't even go into the details of that because she don't want to have no young girl see that and hear that and think that that's okay, because that is truly not okay. You know, we've come through a time where we've lost a lot of our women to those illegal abortions and stuff. If you really want some history on it, there's a movie that was out a long time ago with Demi Moore and Cher and a couple other ladies, but it's called If These Walls Could Talk. It was an HBO movie. If you want to hear more about the history of that, go and pull that movie up. That movie was something, and all the stories were actually true stories that they portrayed, and it literally went through decades. It was really a really powerful piece. I've seen it years ago. So again, If These Walls Could Talk, you probably could find it in like Netflix. Yeah, I'm sure you can find it in Netflix. There was a part 2 to it too. Yeah. That was more about lesbians. Nobody has time for that. Which that's fine. You know, not saying anything about the lesbians. Really, like, what I really not. But If These Walls Could Talk, it's all about abortion and all of that. And it does bring you all the way up to like the 80s, where there was a, one of the stories was about a doctor where the activists actually attacked an abortion clinic You just go and see that movie. I'm not going to spend any more time on that. But it was a wonderful piece, and it was done really, really good, and you really do get the gist of abortion and how it could really go wrong. Okay? Moving on. This is the first time that I've actually seen on one of these reality shows where the doctor, when they've gone to psychologists and things, the doctor was fantastic. She was very welcoming to what Countess was talking about. She was very open to what she was talking about. And I'm looking in her face and I see no judgment. None. And I can't say that I've seen that. Because that quack that they have that comes on with the Braxtons, I don't know what Kmart she got her license from, but she's a quack. Anyway, but that doctor, I don't even know her name, but kudos to her. She was fantastic. She was definitely someone that's picked for that type of job, because she literally, I see no judgment in her face at all. That's a pretty heavy subject. When you start talking about abortions and things like that, that's real heavy. But anyway, that was when she was on the set of Moesha. She knew that if she had that baby, that was going to end the show, end the career and all that. So she made those decisions. She got a lot done and a lot accomplished in that visit. And you can see her coming out of her shell a little bit. So, moving on. Countess and her friend, his name is, it's spelled weird. It's like Koyan or Koyan. But he's like her little friend. He came with her. Then Elise came to the store as well with her friend, Scott. And they met up there. And they were like, she's like, oh, I was surprised that Countess brought someone with her, because here they're trying to dress her. And it was this little store with all these little frumpy clothes. They gave her true Lane Bryant's type of store. And she kept saying, is she trying to be funny? I'm wearing no shit like this. And I don't blame her. And that's what she was like, I'm going to have to have a little chit chat with her. So I was like, all right, no problem. Next thing you see with them, she goes to the dance rehearsal. There was the rehearsal the day before the show. Her and her friend goes in, and they're like, okay, wondering why she even brought him. She said, I need to talk to you all for a minute. Golden and Elise especially. So Elise was giving very much of, okay, honey. And she started the music back on, baby, with a little sissy that come through with Countess gave. Okay, let's keep this cute. She said she wanted to talk. Foopy turned the music off and was like, no shade. Just came and just turned the place out. I said, that little sissy was waiting he was waiting on his cue so he could turn it. And Countess got to talking to them and told them, I am not your project. Y'all are looking down at me like something's wrong with me and I don't like it. She came on out and told what she really thought. You trying to be funny? You got trying to put me in these clothes, have me look like some old ass bitch. I'm not trying to do all that. So it was like, cool. She wasn't nasty. And Gold was like, well, I feel like, wait a minute. I feel like you're directing this toward me. She's like, yeah, you too. You too, honey. I'm not a project and I don't need you to save me. So I really liked that. I was like, fuck Golden, old ugly bitch. And then the worker is, Golden ain't even picking up on the steps and stuff, because Elise is sitting around thinking like, oh God, why did I pick her? As Golden's horrible. You're horrible, it seems, at everything you fucking do, Golden, you clown. Fucking Fonzilla. Anyway, they started getting on the same page. They were taking what she was saying. They were receiving it. And Elise was like, okay, just dismissed it. Like, okay, well, I really got to get back to rehearsal. So, Elise is just a bitch anyway. So it was what it was. And it was a little dismissive, but they got her. I understand what she was saying. Okay? So, next thing, Forrest and Paula's mama go out for dinner. Paula's mother is such an old crotchety bitch. She sat at dinner and she just sat there and just insulted Forrest and insulted Forrest and insulted. She just kept going, digging. I wanted to smack her. I said, she is so ridiculous. Her and that old dry-ass Jerry girl she's sitting over there with. I'm like, is she serious? Girl, bye. Night-night for you, mama. She's sitting over there. Then he finally told her, you know what? It's taking everything I have not to just treat you like a bitch in the street. I thought I swallowed a couple teeth, honey. I said, oh, okay. So Paula's like, oh, well, wait a minute. You know, what did you just say to my mother? He was like, she's all on some old other shit. You know, he was done. She kept going on. And the argument that she's having, he doesn't work. He, this, that, the other, this, that, the... That's not... It's not your argument, lady. That's not your argument. That's Paula's argument. If Paula's okay with her husband not working, that don't have nothing to do with you. That's not your argument. And Paula's steady trying to stand up for what, you know, why he doesn't work and this thing and the other. I just felt like nobody had to explain to her because who the fuck is she? She ain't helping. And I told y'all last week, the old bitch sat around and watched them live in a hotel. So you don't even have an opinion about what they do, bitch. If they stand on their heads and spin during the day when people are at work, it doesn't have anything to do with you. You're not going out of your way doing anything to change anything that they got going on. So what you need to do, lady, is spray some spray on your curl and shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. But anyway, later in the program, we actually see Forrest, and he did end up trying to apologize. She didn't even want to receive the apology. She's still fussing. Still fussing. I couldn't do it. I tell Paula, girl, we're going to agree to disagree. I'm not going to talk to your mother no more. End of story. Because I wouldn't even talk to her. I wouldn't even give her any of my energy, baby, at all. Told her to spray that curl and keep it moving. Anyway, at the end of their dinner, Paula ended up saying, you know, I'm going to need you to understand him more, and I'm going to need you to get a job. He needs to, you know what he should do? Get right the fuck up and walk off away from Paula. That would actually fix her ass. Get up and walk away. Because you're happy with the fact that he don't work. So your mother's fussing. So now all of a sudden he got to go to work now. Now he has to give up on his dreams because your mother says so. He'd do her one better. Get you a job and leave her ass high and dry. And I would not feel bad for her. I would think that she deserves it. And that's, again, when I was going on about last week about people trying to win over whole families. Fuck your family, bitch. I'm dating you. And if we was cool with me not working, it don't matter what member of your motherfucking family say it don't work for them, bitch. Don't bring it to me. He ought to get the fuck up and walk on away from her and tell her, go on over there and suck your mama's dick, bitch. Because you're not sucking mine no more. And on that, moving on. Somebody might not agree with me, but I'm just saying. I'm not, you know, if it's good with us, then we're good with it. Fuck what the outside world says. Anyway, moving on. Next we see them, they're having a meeting again about the movie. She basically lets them know. She didn't even say that she went to see an investor or anything. Just told them that they're not going to go with the witch idea. She's changed everything. She wrote things up. There's characters, and she's given what the characters are and whose character is going to be what. Well, baby, this is the first time that I lived for Golden. When she got down to Golden's character, baby, and she was just rude. You know, she's rude anyway. She's always talking shit. When they see the confessionals, they're going to want to beat her fucking ass anyway, that goddamn Paula. And then I'm looking at the body language. Paula has herself sitting up on the stage. They're sitting down in the chairs. This was supposed to be like a collaborative effort type of film. Why are you sitting up? Just body language was saying, you all are working for me. This is the Paula show, you know. And Golden called that bitch on all of that. Golden was like, well, then she told Golden they were turning their nose up and a countess didn't care for her role. And, you know, tell her, because, see, you don't look like you would be the one that would have a successful NFL player as a husband. So that's the role you're playing. And the countess was like, And I'm like, I mean, just rude. Like, you're just rude. You know, she just thinks she can say anything she wants with her bad weave job. Then when she got to Golden, baby, she told Golden she's playing a crackhead. Golden took that motherfucking shit and roared. She said, I'm not playing a crackhead, honey. And she said, well, life imitates art, this and the other. She said, and I'm not a crackhead, honey. I said, oh, this was the first time that I got behind Golden. I said, girl, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then she just went on and let it rip after that. I thought it was a collaborative effort, honey. I feel like this is the Paula show, and I'm not really wanting to be part of the Paula show, honey. And Paula's giving on her confessional, well, you knew this was the Paula show when you started. A mess. A mess. She ended up getting mad at them and literally walking out. Because Elise was telling her, she says, yeah, it's like another girlfriend show, sister, something or other. And she said, I'm not even interested in seeing another sister show. I'm really sick of that whole idea. You know, I'm sick of it. And I don't know, it's not fresh, it's not new. We're not going to get nowhere with that. So that meeting went nowhere. They basically, Paula got up and walked out. Got up and walked out because they called her on her bullshit. And basically in her mind, them bitches is working for her. And they just got to get her ass straight. That's all. And they will. Now, that's basically all that actually went on. But I'm going to say this to you all. If you're out there and you're paying attention, watch Elise. Watch Elise. Because yes, right now we're watching the Paula show. But if we don't be careful, goddamn it, we're going to be watching the Elise show. And that's all I got to say. Stay tuned for next week. All right, guys. You can thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. And I'll be back with you all next week. Remember what I said. If we don't watch and pay very close attention, we won't be watching the Paula show anymore. It'll be the Elise show. I'm just saying. All right, guys. Bye.